All right. What's up, University? Bob here. How's everybody doing tonight? Getting started just a little earlier than I had proposed. Got a lot of family stuff going on since my daughter wrecked her car the other day. So just going to get started on this live now. Going to, hey Tanner, how are ya? Going to be talking about the Aeon 4 Premium Edition from purchased from hookahjohn.com. He's charging $389 and you can get 15% off that with HJ15, and you comes out to about $330 for that hookah. Great price for a great product. So let's see if we can get a couple more people on here and we'll get started, because I know I'm early, and I apologize that I am early. Usually I'm an on-time kind of guy, but stuff going on, things happen, but I do want to get the review out there. If not many can join right now, that's fine, because you guys can rewatch it, and that doesn't mean you're going to miss anything. If you can't come now, don't worry, I'll post this video when we're over and you can watch it. Andrew, how are you, brother? How are you? Anyways, we're going to get started, and I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you some of the things that we've got. Stefan, what's going on? I'm going to show you this Aeon 4 Premium Edition. Let me flip the camera. All right. So it comes in this big old box right here. The box on top of it there is just where the parts of the hookah actually come in, and underneath that box will come your beautiful base that's wrapped in bubble wrap to be protected during shipping. So this will be on the bottom of the box, and then on top is this brown box with all your parts that will be in there. A couple things before we start going over the hookah. Yeah, you'll see that molasses catcher in the back there. That is from my Kinemod, and I'll be discussing that later. These are just all the parts that came with it. And I've already packed a bowl to save some time, and I've got this nice hose that we'll be using later too. Will, thanks for joining. So let's talk a lot about trying to reconnect. Oh, there we go. Sorry guys, lost the feed for a second there. Let's talk about this hookah. Let's flip the camera back around. This is not your typical just throw water in the base, pack a bowl, hook on a hose, and smoke. There's a few things that you must think about when setting this product up. There is a link that discusses how to put this together and set it up, because there's a chance of getting a whistling noise when smoking, which I did get and I was able to get rid of. We'll go over all those pieces right now. Cars, how are you, brother? Jonathan, thank you for joining. All right, let's just start off with the basics. Come on, here we go. I don't know. Am I freezing to connect due to poor signal coverage? Hopefully this is getting better. Are you guys able to see me okay right now? All right. Well, let's start off with the base, okay? This base, very, very heavy glass base. It's a beautiful piece. Interior threading, as you can see. It came with, these base protectors to keep it from sliding around. They came separate on a piece of paper. You just peel them off and you stick them on the bottom of your base. It just keeps it from sliding around and whatever surface you have it on. So this is a beautiful base. I've ordered another one from Germany from Aeon Direct that's like a cherry red. So that one's coming as well. All right, so this is your base. All right. Let's go to the biggest part of this whole hookah right here. It's the heart, something that many of you are probably going to be unfamiliar with if you don't have this new Aeon 4 Premium, because it's quite different. It's very intricate. There's lots of little moving parts, and this is the learning curve for this hookah. Now, what this is, okay, this is what these are on the bottom. It's called the APS system. It's the Aeon Purge system. They call it the APS system. These little dials here. What that does, by moving these dials, just grab a poker. You can just take it and put it in one of the holes here and go clockwise and counterclockwise. It moves this around, okay? So clockwise and counterclockwise moves this around. What that does is it sets how much air or force you want to come out of here for your purge system. They've got lots of recommendations whether you're smoking by yourself or you're smoking with others. And so I'm going to go over that as well. These are there are springs inside here. And let me show you something here. Let me pull this out. These are, you get 4 glass purge balls, but there are also 4 additional purge balls as well. So let me pull this out. I'm going to show you this. Just get one in here right now. Alright, I don't know if you can see that very well. There's the ball. If you put your finger in there, let me see, this will probably get a better view of it. You can push it up and down. See that? There's a spring in there. It moves that ball up and down. Alright? So, what you're doing is adjusting that spring, and if you go clockwise, okay, and you go all the way full, that spring will not move anymore, and the purge ball is literally up to the top of the hole right here, and it makes your purge very difficult. You won't be able to blow much smoke out at all. When you loosen that up, you have more open purge, okay, and blowing more smoke out. And they say when you're smoking by yourself, you want to, I don't know if you can see mine here, leave one kind of flush, like I did, and push the other ones pretty much all the way down, okay, and then take the purge ball out of the port that you're smoking from. And that's the method if you smoke by yourself. They also say if you're smoking with others, with this system, you can literally leave in all the purge balls. You do not have to pull them out before putting your hose connector in, okay, with this system. And if you dial it, if you dial them, all 4 of them down, what that does is with 4 people smoking, you won't have to hold on to the end of another hose while the one guy takes a drag. So, you know, if one guy's smoking, the other guy's not, one guy has to typically put his finger on the hose. You don't have to do that with this pipe. It's a pretty cool deal. So anyway, so that's how the APS system basically works. Now in here is your regular purge balls. Now there's 4 of these. I'm going to show you this one here. Just they're glass balls right here, okay, and each one goes in here. You don't have to do anything with this. It's just your regular purge ball for the purge system, okay. These just screw in and out for cleaning purposes, and so you're going to put the glass balls in here, and if you're smoking by yourself, leave one out. If all of you are smoking, you're welcome to leave it in. Or if you're smoking by yourself, you can leave the glass ball in too. It's just more restriction. So, anyways, continuing with the heart, this Aeon 4 purges from both the hose ports and also from the center column through these holes. And I have ordered from Aeon, they're called stoppers, okay? So what these do is go into the additional, if you're smoking by yourself, the other 3 ports, they're just little metal pieces. They're going to look like this, and it's going to go in like that, and it's going to be solid on the top. See, this is a hole here, okay? I'll talk about this part in a minute. But it'll be a solid piece like this. So when you're in here, the other 3 ports will have a stopper here, and it's going to really give you a nice big force of smoke through the up column, okay, through the up stem. And right now, without those, when you purge, you're going to get through the open ports and up through the column. So it's coming out right now 4 places when you smoke by yourself if you don't have the stoppers, which I ordered from Aeon, so they'll be here probably in 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. And continuing on, there's so much to discuss with this pipe, man. I don't want to get lost on it. But anyways, so this is your holes here. You'll see where for the purge for the center column. So since I'm smoking by myself, I've got this set up Okay, so this is the port I'm going to be smoking from, where my hose will be connected to. And if you look down here where my finger is, that is the port that this is the APS system that I have flush. Okay, the other ones are down. Okay, so that gives a little bit more restriction for the purging, and this is how they recommend if you smoke by yourself. Again, they also say play with this as much as you want. Which works better for you? What do you like? Just go ahead and play with it, because everybody's going to have what they like better and what they don't. Alright, so now let's start putting this together here. I don't know. Hey Mo, how are ya? What piece is that for? Which hookah? I don't know what you're asking, neighbor. This is the heart for the Aeon 4. You're watching a review for the Aeon 4. Okay. So, anyways, if you go to some of the other parts we got here, now this is going to be the part that actually screws into the heart. Okay, so this screws in. Okay, screw this in. Oh, let's get it on here. Hold on. Come on. Oh, what's going on here? Let's get that back on here. Technical difficulties. Alright. Anyways, it's in. I guess this doesn't screw in. It just pops in and out. My apologies. You know, I'm getting used to this now. It's only the second time I've touched it. So this just goes in. Alright, so that's for the heart here. What we're going to do is you're going to take the purge balls, all right, and I'm going to put them all in except the one that I'm going to be smoking out of. Okay, so we're going to put a ball in here, ball in here, ball in here, and then you've got the ports. Get this here, get this here. All right, and so that's it. We've got, and then the one that I'm going to be smoking out of, there's no ball, but again, with this hookah, you can put this purge ball in and smoke. It's just going to be a little bit more restricted, but again, that's the beauty of the APS system on the bottom. You can adjust the airflow for your purge. So I'm going to leave this purge ball out. All right, just throw this in this bag so we don't lose it. And now we're going to talk about the down stem. The down stem for the Aeon 4 comes in two parts, okay, two sections, okay. So you can put this together here and make the down stem quite a bit longer, and then throw on your diffuser, which also comes with this pipe, where the other Aeons you had to buy the diffuser. The diffuser comes with this pipe. All right. Now, the reason for the long down stem: less water in the base. If you're smoking with more than one person, they recommend you using the extended length of the down stem. Okay, less water gives you more volume of smoke and air into the base. So that's what they recommend. If you smoke by yourself, they recommend you smoke with a shorter down stem. So more water, less area of smoke to go into for a better smoke. That's Aeon's recommendation. That's how I've smoked this pipe already. So this is the length I'll be smoking. So I'll be using a little bit more water for this. So let's go get some more water and put some coals on. Let's get water for the base, get the coals on, and we'll discuss a little bit more about this pipe, because there's a lot to talk about. Hey Jack, how are ya? Learning this pipe has been an interesting deal, since there's so many moving parts compared to a traditional hookah. All right, so what I've got on here is I've already packed a bowl. I'm going to be smoking Tangier's Cashmere Cherry and Azure Black Line, what did I get? A Rio Mint. So those are the two I'm smoking. I'm using 4 Superior Cocoa cubettes. All right, and I will be using a Flavor Saver on top of a Stone Bowls bowl. So anyways, let me go get my down stem in the heart so we can get the water level going here, and then we can put the rest of this thing together, because like I said, there is a lot on this. I'm doing great, Jack. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on board for this. All right, so now we'll screw this on. Okay, so one thing I need to show you, when you put, you have to put the down stem in first, okay? And that leaves some threading in here, okay? And once the threading comes through, it's just a couple threads on here. This is, and then you take the up stem and that screws on, okay? So that's how that all works right here. So that's how it stays in place. All right, and as I don't want to move this too much because I got the purge balls in here, but as you see the opening around the up stem, allowing the air to come out from your purge. So you'll purge out of these ports and the up stem on this, all right? So I'm gonna lay this down and we're gonna get a little water going and then we'll figure out the water level. Raul, thanks for joining. All right, let me see. A little bit more. All right, now a little less, I can see already. Yeah, you know, having these colored bases makes it a little bit more tricky to find water levels, as most of you know. So just got to play around with it. All right, so I don't know if you can see the level here. Now, let's see. Again, water level just over where the diffuser meets the down stem, okay? Just over it. That's it. No, nothing more than that. And I came up short, so I'm going to add some more water here. All right, I think we got it now. All right, you see that? It's right about here, the water level. That should do it. Let's take a look. Just a scotch. When I say a scotch more is all you need. So, again, trial and error with the water level on these bases that are colored. So, just a scotch more. There we go. That's all it needs. And I know that's going to be fine now. All right, we screw this on. Those coals are almost ready to flip already. So, let's go back and put this down. We'll get this going. Okay, so let me just flip the camera so you can see what we're doing now. All right, now I'm going to use a molasses catcher, okay? So I'm going to flip my camera back to me. This molasses catcher belongs to my Kinemod, all right? It's a glass molasses catcher. And almost all German pipes have an 18 by 8 fitting opening, okay? And almost all the molasses catchers are fitted for 18 by 8 fitting molasses catchers, okay, and fittings. So this one from the Kinemon, I also have one from Octopus Hookah from Germany, also fits in there. So anything that's 18 by 8 you can use on this pipe. I have ordered the actual Aeon glass molasses catcher, and that's on its way as well. So when I get that, I'll show you all later. But so what I did was just take, one drop of food coloring with some water to make this look pretty, okay? And so what we're going to do is put this in the pipe, and let's see, show here. All right, so that's what we did here. All right, and then we've got the rest of the stem. This is going to go here, okay, just like that. And let me see, hold on one second. Let me put this down for a second, guys. A little bit, when I don't have my wife here helping me, makes it a little bit harder. So trying to get this all done for you by myself. There's so many parts, like I said, on this. It's just, let's screw this on right now. So, all right. So you have a slider tray, in and out. If you don't want to use a molasses catcher, you don't have to. I always use one, so I'm using the glass one that I got. So I'm going to put this in here. Actually, I'm going to put this on before I put, because, you know, catcher. You don't want. Hey, Dijon, how are you? So here, I keep saying the port. Hopefully, you guys can see this. All right, so I've already got the grommet in here, and I always put my bowl on. I always put my bowl on like this before I put this in the glass catcher so I don't break it. Man, I'm having some Wi-Fi issues, guys. Can you see me all right? All right. So this is all right, guys. I am so sorry. My Wi-Fi is going in and out for some reason. I don't know why. I apologize. We'll keep stuttering. Okay, thank you, Larry. Hold on 1 second. Hang there 1 second, guys. I'm going to switch networks. All right, guys. I changed networks. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Okay, so anyways, so again, I always put my bowl right on here before I put it into a glass catcher, because this is a lot of weight and you want to break your catcher. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it, okay? So I'm going to put this in. I'll show you once I get it. It's just a slide. It just goes right into the bowl there. Something different that came with this pipe as well, okay? Thanks, Larry. I appreciate you. This is, when I first got it, I didn't know what it was, and a few have asked me. This is an air restrictor. So if you put this in your port, okay, and then you put this on your hose, okay, what this is doing is restricting air if you want more restriction. If you think the pipe is too open, again, you can put this restrictor into the port, and then you'll have more restriction. I will never ever use this, so I'm just gonna pack it away with the other Purge ball. So that comes with this, and again, I usually don't ever share a hookah with just myself. If I have company, I give them their own pipes. I've got so many. So this will get boxed away too. This is the extender for the down stem, which I'm not going to use, okay? So anyways, just when you're putting this together, make sure you have one of your pokers just to set up the APS system. All right, so let's get this going here. I think my coals are almost ready. And I did find that this hose port, it's a little big, so it doesn't fit very well in this silicone hose. You really have to work it, but it's okay as long as you have a good fit, a good seal. That's all you need as far as putting it on. All right, so I'll set this up here, get my spring moved here, and we're gonna go check on those coals. Okay, we should be about ready now. Take a pull. All right, we're good. All right. I always get my own pipe above. That's right, Moy, you sure do. All right, we are like 90% done. I didn't flip the coals, so this will take only a minute here for these to finish up. And because I'm using a flavor saver and Tangiers, this will start smoking immediately. I thought about doing some element for you guys, and but you know, I always smoke element with a Lotus, and I didn't want you guys to have to wait for anything to heat up to start smoking, because this is a pipe review, not a tobacco review. But anyways, you got some questions for me regarding the Aeon? Anybody? It's a very well built pipe. The quality is amazing. I've got two MIGs. I've got the Kinemod, and I've got the Octopus hookah, all German pipes. And honestly, every pipe that I have from Germany, oh, I can't forget the brass pipe, my Al Jamal. That is my all-time favorite as far as brass pipes. So anything from Germany is just built like a tank, so well machined. The threadings, everything is just fits like a glove. I really, really do love the quality hookahs coming out of Germany. Granted, Russia has great products. You know, but you know, there are a lot of low-end products from Russia as well, so I guess you can find that anywhere. But you know, it seems like Germany makes some really, really tough pipes, and honestly, some of my best pipes I have are from Germany. All right, so these are done. I'm gonna shut this off. All right. Go back here, and hold on 1 second. Let me put the coals on, guys, and then I'll show you what we got going on. All right. I apologize if this live is not as thorough as I would have liked it. Man, it's been a crazy week here. with my daughter wrecking her car. It's just my head's not been in the right place. Thank God she's okay, but it's been a nightmare here. A lot going on, and I head back to work for 10 days on Monday, so I apologize if this review is not as going as well as I would have liked it. It's just a lot going on, but I know everybody's been waiting to hear about this pipe, so I didn't want to keep everybody waiting, so I figured, even though my head isn't completely in the game doing this review, I figured I better get it done. Stimulation Pro is similar with a few more features. Yeah, I know that Stimulation Pro, there are some settings in the hose ports as well. I don't know much about it. I don't have one, so but I do know about that. Marco says extended stem, while it's supposed to be used for multi-hose, will you use it smoking by yourself with a single hose? No, I'm not going to. I've tried both. And actually it works better with the shorter stem, because now you're letting less volume of smoke come in there. A lot easier to purge, because you're not bringing, there's not as much smoke to get out of the base, okay, because the water level is higher, so your volume of smoke area is less. So I am not going to use this unless I was going to share it, and so I'd use less water. But again, that's up to you. If you want to use less water and you don't mind not probably purging out everything as much as you, or as quick as you wanted, then you don't need this. Then use this. So that's fine. Again, this pipe allows you to leave all the large balls in, even with your hose connected. It will also make your draw a little bit tighter, but it works. Where if you try to do that in any other hookah, you wouldn't get anything out. You know, it would just be, your ball would be stuck in the hole. The reason that is too, let me show you this. There is, I don't know if you can see in here, you see the cutout inside there? That prevents the ball from coming all the way up and getting sucked back through your hose, those cutouts in here, which is kind of cool. So that's why you can leave your ball in there and it's not going to matter. All right, let me take a pull. All right, I'm going to show you this pipe. All right, so that's the setup right now, okay? We've got the molasses catcher. Now, if you didn't use a molasses catcher, of course, this would go right into that, and that makes your full upstem column, okay? The glass molasses catcher is from Kinemod. You can use any 18x8 glass molasses catcher that you can find online. Most of the time you're going to find it from an online site in Germany to get those, okay? Let me just see if I can get some smoke on here for you. Okay, and that's just a gentle purge, okay? Now, I'll show you when I do a hard purge, you're going to get some smoke coming out of the other hose ports as well. As you see, with a hard purge, okay, that your smoke is going to come out. Now, like I said, I ordered the stoppers, okay, and the stoppers will be like this. It's going to go in here. It's going to be without this hole here, okay, and the stoppers will prevent any smoke from coming out of the hose ports when I'm smoking by myself. So that's coming. I also want to talk to you about some other cool parts here. Okay, let me take off a coal because this is getting hot. I usually start this with 4 cubettes and then go down to 3 once I get this going here on the flavor saver. So some other cool features, this Aeon, which I love about it so much, is there are a lot of parts and accessories you can buy for this thing, and I spent another 300 euros on parts, okay? So I've more than doubled the price of this pipe so far with all the extras that I bought. Yeah, I did buy another base, which put me up, you know, almost 100 euros just for another base. So the other parts cost me about 200. But there is an inversion stem. So what the inversion stem, let me turn the camera back around. I want to show you. The inversion stem is what it's going to do is it's the up stem, okay? And it comes in, you can choose many colors. I got one to match this Skyfall, which is the name of this, the Skyfall base, okay? And it's it's a plastic, okay, sleeve, and what it does is, you know how this screws in here? Well, this is the inverted stem is gonna screw all the way in and close this completely, close this gap here. So no more, when you purge, will smoke be able to come out here. What it's doing is forcing the air through the top, and it's actually gonna push the smoke downward. So you're inverting the smoke. So that's an inversion tube. So I ordered that inversion tube, okay, and then there's another adapter that you can put inside the inversion tube to add in the molasses catcher, because without this adapter, you won't be able to use the molasses catcher with the inversion tube. So the inversion tube is going to change the way the smoke comes. Instead of going up, it's going to come down, okay? So that's kind of neat. So Aeon's got all these cool features and parts that you can buy for this pipe, which makes it really, really exciting and different. So you can, you know, if you get bored with a hookah every now and then, because it just does the same thing over and over, you can change this pipe around so many ways that, you know, it's going to smoke differently. If you change up the APS system, you can, the way you purge, you can go up, or you can go down with other parts. So really, this is a multifaceted hookah that you can do so much with. So I really do like it. Marco says, did you get a case for it? Marco, no, that is the Aeon Premium, Aeon Premium, Aeon 4 Premium, what do they call that? Something edition, and that one has the box. And Hookah John is not selling that edition with the box. The box is cool. I thought about buying the box separately. They used to have it where you could buy it, and but that box is out of stock online at Aeon, so I did not pick up the box. The box is really cool though. If you saw Paul's review of his dark matter Aeon, and it came in a box like that, same box, okay? Instead of saying dark side on it, it's just gonna be Aeon on it. So that's the box. It's really cool, very great for traveling. So let's see. Let's see. Also adjustable down to both have their own place. I personally like the lounge edition. Yeah, I love this pipe. And as you can hear, listen. Super quiet, very, very quiet. As far as seeing if I'm purging out the base completely when I purge, very hard to tell because this is a colored base. If I had a clear base, I'd be able to tell you. But a lot of smoke is coming out. Again, let's show you the purge again. Okay, that's just a soft purge, so mostly coming out through the up stem. And then again, that's a very hard purge to try and purge out the base. As you see, it comes out of the ports. But once I get those stoppers, it will be a lot of smoke going up the stem. So again, these are two parts right here that I'll probably won't ever use. Again, this is the extension of the down stem, as Aeon recommends if you're going to smoke with more than one. And again, this is for cutting down your restriction on your hose. This would go into the hose port. It slides in, put this into your hose, and it cuts the airflow in almost by half. So if you like a more restricted hose, more traditional type draw, this is great. So you know, it's kind of cool. Let's say your friend likes an open pot. You only have one hookah. Let's say you buy only this one, and you like an open draw, and your friend likes a restricted draw, a traditional, more KM style. Okay, so you could put this in for them, and you leave yours open, and he's smoking more traditional like a cam, and you're smoking open. You know, so it's really, really cool. I don't know how long the springs for the APS system will last. If you're constantly moving them up and down, those springs may wear. I can't tell you. I did order a couple springs because Aeon will tell you in their instruction manual that when you wash this hookah, and you're supposed to wash it at the end of each day, at each smoke, okay, that everything needs to be dried extremely well. So if you take out the springs out of the APS system, you can do that if you want. I'm not going to. I'm just going to run hot water through it. But they say you must make sure that everything in the APS system is dry, or you will get a whistle sound. Okay, so that happened to me because I washed it real quick, the whole pipe, because there was some residue in there from shipping, and I washed it. I didn't let it dry completely before I started smoking. I was like, man, this thing is whistling, you know, and it was a loud whistle. So I was like, well, how? And then I found out that that was the reasoning, that if you don't dry your parts, it can make a whistle sound. And Aeon talks about the whistle sound in their instructions. So great clouds. Again, let's turn this camera around. And you know, the stainless steel again is pretty shiny, so it's not a matte finish. It's more of a shiny finish, which is really pretty. Looks really good. I have the Octopus hookah, which is a matte finish steel. I like this finish better, and it's everything goes together extremely well. One full turn connects the heart down to your base. Pretty easy on and off features. Like 2 turns also for the up stem into the heart. Now again, remember, make sure you put the down stem in the heart before you start putting the up stem in, because it needs those threads to hook onto. Their customer service, do they speak English? Just wondering. I think I saw you say you talked to them. Yes, I haven't physically talked to them. I've talked to them back and forth, okay, on WhatsApp, and they're very responsive, and they do respond in very good English in their WhatsApp. So, and again, remember, wherever you're living, whatever country you're living, be mindful of the time zone difference. So if you send them a message, you know, if I send them a message at 5 o'clock at night, you know, they're sleeping over there in Germany. So don't expect a response, you know, until they're back to work the next morning. So, but they are extremely responsive. I have never not gotten a response back from Aeon when I ask them a question. Top 2 accessories you would recommend as a must-have. Okay, must-have accessories. If you really are interested in the photo that Aeon posts, if you're interested in having all that cloud come up only through the up stem, okay, and not out the hose ports, get the stoppers, okay? They're not very expensive. I ordered 4, even though technically you only need 3, because you know you're going to be smoking out of the hose, so you only need to stop up the other 3. But I got 4 just in case I lose one. So I figured, because it's 52 euros to ship to the U.S. Whether you get one $5 part or you spend 400 bucks, you're spending 52 euros. So I always buy a little extra when I'm having shipping done, because you're already going to pay for the shipping anyways, so add as much as you want. If you're going to make an order from Germany, get a lot of things, so that way you don't have to worry about it. But definitely the stoppers, when they come, they're going to look similar to this, except without the hole. You're just going to put this right into the open hose ports, okay? That is my number 1 recommendation. If you want just all the smoke just rising through, like the photos that Aeon shows you, Hookah John's got on his website, he shows you the picture of the hookah and also a picture of the hookah with the Purge, and you see all this billowing smoke going up the stem. That's not going to happen unless you get the stoppers, okay? So I would say that, and if you get a molasses catcher. Those are the 2 things that I would get, because I like keeping my pipe clean and keeping the base clean. On top of that, when you add the colored water, it looks really cool. I mean, come on. I mean, doesn't that look awesome? I mean, it really, you could put whatever color you want in there, but I would get a molasses catcher. If you want to spend a little bit more money, if you want to spend another, I think it was 89 euros for the inversion stem, that's really cool. That really changes the game for your hookah, because that inversion up stem changes your pipe to having your Purge, either having the smoke with the inversion. The smoke's going to come out through by your tray now instead of through your heart. So that's a really neat feature, and you can buy different sleeves. So you can buy white, you can buy one to match my Skyfall base. They had a Skyfall sleeve. You could buy solid black, solid white, solid red. So that's really cool too. The inversion stem. So that I would recommend as well. Let's see. Anybody else have any more questions? I know there's not a lot of people on. It's a Saturday. It's okay. People can come back and watch this. I understand. Does anybody have more questions for me regarding this pipe? Again, it's not a pipe that you just throw water in and start smoking. Read the instructions, go on the Aeon website, learn about the APS system, play with it. They also talk about how you adjust the APS system with just putting water in your base and taking a lighter and taking a pull on your hose. If the flame gets sucked into the port, okay, they want you to screw in the APS a little bit more, okay, until that stops, okay. That's just one of their suggestions you can use as far as setting up this pipe. There's a lot of things that they recommend you try to get this thing set up. But again, it's just trial and error of what you like as far as how much restriction you want with your purge by adjusting the APS system. Again, APS just stands for Aeon Purge System, okay? Just a fancy abbreviation. More of FYI, due to COVID, they cannot ship to Canada currently. Okay, Marco, I did not know that. They are shipping to the U.S. I've got three orders coming from Germany right now. Again, that was my mistake. I kept finding more and more parts to buy for this pipe. And so I ended up spending, 156 euros for 3 shipments when I could have spent 52 euros for 1 shipment. Again, that's what I was saying. When you buy from Germany and you buy from Aeon, make sure you find everything you want before you place an order, because you're going to pay 52 euros every time, no matter how small the part is or not. So that is the Aeon from Germany. This is my first Aeon, and I love it. I know others have other editions, and they love it as well. If you're wondering if I think I would prefer a German hookah over a Russian hookah, no. I think Russia makes amazing pipes. Germany makes amazing pipes. And we've got some great U.S. produced pipes. You know, you have the B2, and of course you have the amazing Regal. I mean, there are great pipes out there, but remember, you're going to spend money, you know, usually for something that you really like, and you know, quality comes with a little cost. So if you have the money to spend on this pipe, like I said, John's selling it for $389 right now with your 15% discount, HJ15. It comes out to $330, free shipping, and for me, because I don't live in California, I don't have any tax, so it's a pretty good deal. All right, everybody. Anybody have any last questions before I wrap this up? I only see 3 people on here right now, so I guess I've worn you all out. All right. Well, listen, I wanted to thank you for joining Smoking with Bob once again. Sorry again for the early start, but I appreciate you coming to watch and view this live review of the Aeon 4 Premium Lounge Edition. So enjoy your day, enjoy the rest of your weekend, stay safe out there, and thanks for joining. Hope to see you again soon. Bye now.